Call upon Akhil Govind from Indian Educational School.
The history of our country is stained by the dark lines of communal violence. The Babri Masjid demolition, the Bombay riots of 1993, the Godhra train burnings, and the 2002 Gujarat communal riots are all testimony to this. The Transparency International in 2005 found that 55% of all Indians pay bribes. How can we forget the brutal murder of the baby Afreen? We Indians today fear a word. No, not China, but S-C-A-M, scam. Newspapers have lapped up stories of the corruption gate. And then, our country is also slipping in the world tourism rankings. Honorable judges, respected moderator, fellow debaters, and the most enlightened audience, I, Akhil Govind, stand here to support my claim that modern education is creating a value-based society. And what I said above was not a gaffe. I accept that the aforementioned occurred in our country, but all these are just mere islands in the vast ocean, mere dying flames being put out by the torrent of the rainwaters. Then why do people still quote these examples when they argue in a debate such as this? It is just like the case of a petty thief. Even after he has been imprisoned enough for his deed, society will not accept him, and eventually he's made a social parasite. And this is exactly what the world society is trying to do to our country. Even the tiniest of any civil unrest from our country is enough to overshadow our merits. Every basket has a bad apple. True, there may be some bad elements in our society, but we cannot use these examples to say that modern education is not creating a value-based society. Female infanticide was professed in many of the ancient institutions. The people who were educated in those days actually propagated this concept. However, today there is a change. The educator of today profess gender equality. And the proof of this is a constant sex ratio in our country since independence. I ask of my opponents, have we heard of any educated father trying to murder his own daughter? The answer is a big no. Corruption. The mere mention of this word is enough to send shivers down our spines. But my friends fail to see the two categories of people responsible for these crimes, the Ice Age and the uneducated. But remember this, when Anna Hazare started his fast last year, all those who stood by him were the educated youths and professionals. Students missed classes, teachers took leave, and offices became nearly empty as multitudes flocked to the Pandal. And yet my friends say that modern education is not creating a value-based society. In 1950, the bribe levels were 90%. In 2005, it came down to 55%. Today, go to any ordinary panchayat employee and try to bribe them. Free food, free shelter, and free clothes shall be yours for the next 3 years in the prison. Olden society was incomplete without evils like dowry, sati, etc. The great Gurukulas, which you see as the epitome of education, actually were at the forefront in professing these evils. Today, these evils are banned by law, and yet you say that our society has no values. Every year, the president awards medals to children for bravery and social service. I ask of you, fellow opponents, to look into the eyes of those children and tell them that they live in a society without any values. Respected judges, I present my case to you. Modern education has created a value-based society which is existing right in front of our eyes. There may be the solitary islands in the ocean, but they will be wiped out by the tidal tsunami, the tremors of which have already started. I can only hope that my friends on the other side of the motion will be a part of that tsunami. Thank you, one and all.